For years, we've been talking about his arm talent. I'm a big fan of Aaron Rodgers. But with arm talent like that, Hawk, I expect him to have more Super Bowls. I expect him to be at more Super Bowls and doing more with it, right? And you look at last year. You look at that NFC Championship game, and I know people are talking about Matt LaFleur kicking that field goal. On that drive, right next to the goal line, first play, he misses a pass to Adam Lazard. The second play, he scrambles for no reason. He had a clean pocket, scramble, and then missed the pass to Davante Adams. Third down, he could have ran for a touchdown, and he decided to throw another incompletion to Davante Adams. So, again, it's not on the Green Bay Packers. They've won 13 games each year, right? It's about Aaron Rodgers, one of the top quarterbacks in the National Football League, and also a host of Jeopardy, making the plays in the critical moments.
I mean, how dare he think about throwing an incomplete pass, Imrov? You know what? Is he a different animal and the same beast? That's what I want to ask, because Imrov thinks there's more in the tank. He's the best, Imrov. He was the MVP. How else can he get better? He can't play DN for the Green Bay Packers, and that's where they need to help him on the defensive side of the ball. Yes, if he plays every play perfect and he throws a touchdown every play, I agree. They will be Super Bowl champions, but the reality is they need depth in the defensive line. They had a bad run defense last year. They ranked 24th. They were 27th in pressure rate. Kenny Clark is a beast, but he can't do it by himself. The same way A-Rod can't do it by himself. And Rob, cut the man some slack. He was the best.
They were consecutive. Oh, go ahead, Imran.
You got to make the plays in the critical moments, Hawk. You got to make the plays in the critical moments. We haven't seen Aaron Rodgers take many pay cuts. We don't see him take many pay cuts. We see Tom Brady take pay cuts all the time. You see Tom Brady not be the highest paid guy, and he got 7 of them things. Talking about Super Bowls. Aaron Rodgers, I need more from you.
$70 million around for Tom Brady in these last 2 seasons. So maybe not the egalitarian quarterback he could be, but he had a nice roster as well that knocked off Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers will at least be back here in 2021. We cannot say the same for one Sam Darnold. Big news in New York, big news in the Big Apple yesterday. The Jets trading Sam Darnold to the Panthers. And, of course, the New York Post provided this understated headline, Scram Darnold. Here's what Jets GM Joe Douglas had to say about the move today.
If we were picking later, if we were picking 12, 13, 14, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I think the unique nature of where we are in the draft, picking number 2 overall, and ultimately we just decided that taking a quarterback at number 2 and keeping Sam would not be the best decision for the entire organization.
Joe Douglas gets a fresh start with his own quarterback choice. Let's welcome in Daniel Jeremiah. You've got Zach Wilson replacing Darnold here in the mock draft 3.0. You had Zach Wilson there in mock draft 2.0. So I'm assuming, DJ, you feel pretty confident about Zach Wilson at 2.
Yeah, all signs, as you heard Joe Douglas talk there, are pointing in that direction, that it's going to be Zach, and to the point where I would be stunned, shocked, amazed if he was not the 2nd overall pick. Look, he's got all the ability in the world. His skill set matches up with Mike LaFleur's offense that he's going to install there. So for all those reasons, it just makes too much sense for that not to be the case. And you can lock in on him because you know Trevor Lawrence is going to go 1 to Jacksonville. So that's why we can jump to this conclusion right now.
And so, DJ, let's look over here to the 49ers. That was the big change between mock draft 2.0 to 3.0. They moved up to 3, and Mac Jones has moved from 28 to 29 in your mock draft up to 3 spot. So I'm guessing maybe not the same amount of confidence for Mac Jones at 3?
Well, look, Patrick, I always remind you, right, that the top 50 list, how I stack them, that hasn't changed that much with Mac Jones. He's in the early 30s. But what you hear, that's how you do the mock drafts, and I just continue to hear from everybody that this is going to be the 3rd pick. This is going to be Kyle Shanahan's selection. That's why I have him there. This is going to fly in the face of the phrase we've always heard in scouting, right, in team building. It's all about the X's and O's. It's not about the X's and O's. It's about the Jimmies and Joes. Well, with Shanahan, it is about the X's and O's. He wants the guy who fits his system, and that's why it looks like Mac Jones is going to be the 3rd pick.
You can see the trade details as we look at what the 49ers gave up to get in this position where they could get the number 3 overall pick. It was a significant haul, a lot of that going to the Miami Dolphins, who ended up receiving a host of picks, future picks as well. So now that DJ's laid out the argument for Mac Jones to the Niners there at number 3, it's time to be judged by Mike, Rob, and Cynthia, because DJ doesn't get enough judgment on his mock drafts. Cynthia, your thoughts here on Mac Jones at 3?
So I did some win share metrics here for the 17-game season. It's 3.77 wins added. That would be around quarterback 25 right now for Mac Jones if he were a part of that team. But are we sure that it's going to actually be Mac Jones? Because I think Kyle Shanahan's a pretty smart guy, and I don't know if he would be showing us his cards like this. And I do think that this guy, Justin Fields, also projects well in his offense. So I don't know if I'm totally sold on the fact that Mac Jones is 100% going to be a 49er.
Mike, Rob.
Yes, Cynthia, I am in that wheelhouse as well. I don't know what DJ got in his cup over there, what he's been drinking. But Mac Jones, number 3, I'm not too sure about that, big dog. Because, I mean, honestly, you look at where Kyle Shanahan has been. You talk about that offense being quarterback-friendly and suits Zach Wilson's skill set, right? I think Kyle Shanahan's offense suits a lot of quarterbacks' skill sets. And to me, I think Kyle Shanahan has had a passer like a Zach Wilson. Again, not with all the tricky throws and things like that, but he had a straight pocket quarterback in Matt Ryan. What happened in the Super Bowl when the Atlanta Falcons was there and Kyle Shanahan was the offensive play caller with Jimmy Garoppolo, okay? Just imagine, right, a more athletic guy in that offense. I think it can take this offense to an entirely different level, DJ. So, again, man, I don't know what you got in your cup, man, but you ain't got what I got in my cup. Water.
I'll tell you what, in honor of Aaron Rodgers, who are 2 analysts that are very upset with the mock draft? I know who that is. That would be who is Mike, Rob, and Cynthia Freeland. Look, this is a mock draft based off what we're hearing. Mike, I wouldn't take him. I would not take him there. He's my 5th quarterback. But I'm telling you, I know a lot of people who are plugged in, as do a lot of other folks, and everything we keep coming back to is Mac Jones is going to be the number 3 pick. Really? So what's the line? You might not like it, you might not love it, but it's coming.
I
totally butchered that line, by the way. That's not how that line goes.
Well,
but
here's
it's
the thing,
somewhere.
Yes, you did, bro.
As we talk smoke screens, right, it would be odd to use DJ as a smoke screen when he's got Mac Jones as his 5th-rated quarterback. So in defense of DJ and the idea of mock drafts, we'll keep things going here towards the draft, because the countdown to the 2021 draft has begun. It's history in the making as the future stars of the NFL take the stage live from Cleveland, Ohio. The 2021 NFL Draft, presented by Verizon, starts Thursday, April 29th in prime time on NFL Network, ABC.